Now that the hangovers have gone and the celebrations have calmed down in India after that triumphant victory over New Zealand in the T20 World Cup final, I am joined by Rohit and Amit as we dissect and ask the most important question: are India the best white ball cricketing team in the world right now? Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Two Halves and Two Innings Cricket Podcast. We'd like to thank our sponsors at Synaptech. If you want to get any more information about the services that they offer, then please do check out the information below in the description of the video. Now, India, giants of the game, white ball champions again. First team to win 3 ICC events, and we did it so great. We won it, and then we had to win it again. The first team to retain the T20 World Cup and on home soil. So, Amit and Rohit, that begs the question: are India the best white ball team in the world? Rohit, let's start with you.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I say T20, not one day, because we lost, like Goti said in the press conference, we lost the 2 one-day international series against South Africa, against New Zealand, and against Australia. So I'm not gonna say about one day, but definitely in T20, we are the best team. But if we only talk about ICC tournaments, I mean, amazing. Just 2 losses. The one in 2023 World Cup final and one in this year's T20 World Cup and against South Africa. That's it. If we only talk about ICC tournaments since 2023, we are the best team at the moment.
Amit?
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts on India is that they feel a little bit like Germany were in the past, as in Germany in football. Germany were kind of pretty much guaranteed to get to a semi-final, final. Now, they didn't always win it. And I think, touchwood, we're in that phase at the moment that, for the structure, and I'm sure we're going to talk about that later on, is that whatever's gone on behind the scenes, things have just come together now and we've got this nice churn. And, as you said, definitely in the T20 format, we are number one. We've retained our trophy. Hopefully, we'll get back to being number one in the ODI format next year. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, that's it. The wounds of 2023 are still there. But I mean, if we look at it and if we try to dissect, obviously we've been talking about Gautam Gambhir quite a lot, some in positive views and as well in some negative, especially in the test side of it. It has been quite disappointing for India, especially on home soil. But the T20 results, I mean, 30, I think, how many have we won? We've won 31 out of 33. I think it has been games or something like that. An incredible record. So, Rohit, what has been the change, do you feel? What has been the kind of spark or the different tactics that this India side have developed?
I think it was after the 2022 semi-final against England. Rohit Sharma changed the whole. This is what leader is about, right? Rohit Sharma said, listen, guys, this is not how we're going to play. We have to be brave. We have to be courageous. And he worked with Rahul at that time, after that, and changed the whole system, changed the whole mentality of the team, changed the whole culture of the team, changed the whole, like how we actually approach the game. He changed it altogether since that semi-final defeat we had after that. And this is why we say, only after defeats you learn. You don't learn in the winnings, you learn in defeats. So he and the team learned that how we should play the game, because England were fantastic that night. England showed India how to play white ball cricket, how to play T20 cricket. And then with Rahul Dravid, he said, listen, I have to change. Then 2023 World Cup happened, and you can see how Rohit approached the game. You can see Rohit's team approach the one-day cricket. Before that, we were just like slow. I still remember that time we were saying, okay, don't worry, don't lose wickets, keep the wickets. We can always go at fast rate at the end. But after that, Rohit said, no, I'm going to bloody go first ball. If it's there in the slot, I'm going to bloody punish it. I'm not going to wait for bloody 6th, 7th, 8th over, 10th over, save my wicket and then bat. Nope. I'm going to just hit it. If I get out, don't worry. We have batters there at the end. So he is the catalyst. He is the one who changed it. After 2023, I'm talking about. And then obviously there is bigger thing as well, like how BCCI structure the whole Indian system. Domestic cricket, the COE, the academy, that the IPL itself, and then how BCCI looking after the players. The whole mentality changed. I remember in my old days when the selection committee was there to select players, there was zonal systems. Oh, you can only get like 4 players or 5 players from East Zone, West Zone, North Zone, South Zone. No, Dalmia came in. Dalmia actually changed the whole thing. He said, no, I'm going to set up a proper scouting system. The selectors need to go and watch the players. And I'm not going to select by zonal system. I'm going to select as the best people available. So if I go back further, how the actual mentality changed in Indian cricket, how the shift happened, it was Dalmia when he was BCCI president. He changed it when Saurav came in, and then he changed the whole thing after that. Those two worked together. They both were from Bengal, I think, and then I think Dalmia was from Bengal as well, if I remember. Was it? Yeah, I think so. So they changed the whole thing in Indian cricket, and then Indian cricket just flew. Obviously, IPL helped a big time.
Yeah, definitely, and obviously look how much of a global, business that is in the IPL and how much talent it creates year on year. Amit, your thoughts on obviously India's, either tactical systems, the management, or just the sheer belief that the aggressive tactics from Rohit Sharma, like Rohit
Yeah,
said.
I mean, there's not a lot more I can add on to Rohit's brilliant points, to be fair. And I think England were the same as well, because remember they had a dreadful 2015 World Cup, and
Yes,
that's when they
yes.
kind of they re-established, and they subsequently ended up winning the 2019 World Cup with Owen Morgan. So they're very lucky to win it, but they still won
Yes,
it.
it's quite a contentious
Yeah,
final
but look,
bits
Kismet,
there.
whatever you want to call it, let's not go down that debate rabbit hole again. But Kismet was on their destiny was on their side. But so not every team does that though, Rohit. So I think that's a sign of the mentality of great sportsmen, leaders that that when they fail, this acronym for failure is first attempt initial learning. So they failed and they've learnt from that. And as you said, both England, they went into the era of Bazball or whatever, whoever was a coach when they won the World Cup, I can't remember now. But and then India, as you said, subsequently changed their approach, and it's worked. But also as well as that, though, they've been blessed with the talent to do that as well. They've got the batters to do that. I think, especially in the T20 format, I think India we could probably put out two first 11s,
Yeah.
and,
But that
and
only
compete.
happened when the system allowed it, Amit.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if
It's
system
it's not going
wasn't
to happen
there,
overnight. No,
i
yeah.
it's not
It's
possible
a
at all.
yeah,
They
yeah.
had,
It's a good. It's
yeah,
behind the scenes scene strategy. You talk about it loads with your Arsenal in terms of the
yeah,
strategy of Arsenal and Arteta. So obviously we don't know what the strategy was like. The people like Anurag Thakur, Jay Shah, etc. And it was great that Gautam Gambhir in his post match conference after the World Cup actually credited Rahul Dravid. He said Rahul Bhai,
and
he
VVS,
started it.
yeah,
Yeah, VVS Lakshman is part of the
COE,
academies,
yeah,
and then also
excellent,
and
yeah.
also he stood up for Ajit Ajakar as well, because he said as the chief selector he has had a lot of criticism, whether warranted or unwarranted, in the press and from like the media, etc., and social media. So I like that of him. I think that's nice humility of a leader, because and that's in a moment when ego and everything could come into it. It's just straight after the final first press conference. He had the humility to really thank people before him and who've helped kind of this team onto the journey that they're on now. And the other thing I really liked was, and I think we're having a little bit of debate about it beforehand with, was that I like that he said that he has changed or encouraged a mentality that not to chase individual targets but to chase the team. So example that Surya Kumar Sky said was that if Samson was chased his 100, okay, he could end up wasting 6 balls. And when you compare to what Dubé did in the final, in 6 balls he scored 25 runs.
20 runs.
So
Mm.
so and that for me was a brilliant kind of summary of the mindset, really, that it's for me it's showing togetherness. And again, if you link it to our other passion, football, is England have had many generational talents, but they've not been able to you know become a team that can win a trophy. And I think that's where we've seen that consistency now, because of culture, because of the background work that was done many 20 years ago, under the days of Saurav Ganguly, as you said, Rohit, that we're really creating the mindset now that it's we are one. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. We're wearing this shirt. The part of this shirt is we're doing this for 1.4 billion Indians.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, coming to that then, obviously, I think from what you're kind of saying is that potentially maybe teams in the past of India. I mean, we've had great players. I know you talk about the pool of talent, but if you look at the likes of Sehwag, even in the team that Gambhir played in, with Sachin, Yuvraj, Zahir Khan, Harbhajan. Do you feel that there was more of a sense of individualistic talent then and individualism, as opposed to this more cohesiveness that maybe Gambhir has instilled into the team, whereby he's saying, you know what, the team come first, country comes first, individual accolades or individual records come second?
I don't even think it's just the team, Ajay. I think it's us the supporters as well. Back in, I mean, I'm talking about myself here, okay? But back in the day, I probably would have taken an Indian loss, seen a Virat Kohli 100. Maybe. No, I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not being 100% sure. Okay, because for me, he was a star, golden boy. Okay, but I generally, but not once. No, not once did I ever feel like that during this World Cup. Okay,
Mm.
so I think subconsciously, Goti and the team, have changed the mindset not only of the players but possibly the supporters as well. Now, obviously, I think Sanju Samson deserved 100, but he didn't get it. But it doesn't, but he did what he needed to do. He helped us retain our trophy, win the trophy, and retain it. So I think the mindset's changed for supporters as well. I think.
This is what Rohit changed as well after 2022, because he
Yeah.
did not care for his
Yes.
hundreds, even though
100.
he
Yeah.
got out at 70s, 80s as
Yeah.
well, trying to score
Mm.
big hit, right? Trying to hit a six. But again, if you guys remember 2011 World Cup, Gambhir was at 90s. He
Yeah.
tried to hit a four and got out. And
Yeah.
Dhoni said, "Why you did not bloody? You should have. It's the World Cup final.
He
You
went
should have
down the
scored."
ground, didn't he? He
Yeah,
chased it down and then he got an
went
edge.
down the ground and then
Yeah.
tried to hit, and then he go bowled out. So that
But
shows
that's
that
his
he didn't. He
mentality
wasn't
then.
even.
But so that's his mentality then, isn't it? So
Yeah, he
you can
did.
say like this. He's not spinning lines for the media, or
Yeah,
that he's proven that as a player at the highest. First World Cup final for India on home soil. They hadn't won it since 1983. And to do
very
that,
crucial inning.
and that was a very tight game. I
Very
still
tight. Yeah,
remember
yeah.
it
Well,
was too close. It
we,
was too close. That
I
was.
mean, I might say something a little bit controversial here about that certain person that did take us over the line, but did like to take games quite deep into the innings. But you know what you were saying, Amit, a little bit about individual kind of players, and maybe you wanted like Goli to make 100, and if you didn't matter what about the team result was, there was a feeling among some supporters, and I've obviously seen it on social media as well, that a certain Mahi may have, let's just say, cost us the 2019 World Cup in England. Is that there's I don't know about you guys, a bit of
Yeah,
a
I don't
when
believe
there's a
it.
couple of clips where he's left a few balls, and I think the New
Yeah, I know.
Zealand
I
bowler
saw
was
that, but
I think it was Lockie. Was it Lockie Ferguson, or was it?
yeah, it was Lockie Ferguson's
He went like
balls.
this. He went
Yeah,
like, "What is he doing? What is he
yeah,
doing?" So
yeah.
Well,
and that was I think there was a kind of conspiracy there that Dhoni didn't like Virat's leadership in there.
Oh
And if
no,
you look
no,
at
no, no,
if you
no.
look at it, only Virat is the only Indian captain who's not won an ICC an event.
But then again,
Bichara.
but then I know it's Bechara, but again, he changed in a different way. He changed
yeah,
the mentality of fitness.
aggression.
He changed the
Yeah,
mentality of
fitness. Yeah.
guys. We are never ending. So I think Virat has as much. It goes. The credit goes to Virat as well in this whole journey,
100%.
because he
100%.
actually changed. Even though Ganguly changed, then Dhoni changed, and Virat brought in his kind of aggression in the
Yeah.
team. He wasn't giving it easy. He said no. He Virat is like an Australian. He's an Aussie in his
He's a
heart and mind, right? Heart probably Indian, mind is all Aussie, right? How he thinks is like an Australian. He loves the battle. He loves it. So that's why he. I remember in Australia he got hit on the head, and then he said no, go away. He just scored a century after that. In Australia, in his first, when he was a captain, he became a captain in that. So yeah, so credit. See, I don't give one person a credit. It's the whole system. We are bringing. Why are we bringing so many good players? Obviously, IPL and others, because we are not rewarding individuals. We are rewarding what they are doing for the team. There are so many good players who are out at the moment. Why? Because we are saying
But
who are the best. We are not going for like favorites. We are saying who is the best player to win us the tournaments.
Well, it's kind of like football, isn't it? If we just go back to like the Real Madrid Galacticos kind of eras, like you could have a team of 11 world-class star players, but if they're not playing for each other,
They're not
they
a
might not
team.
win
They're just
anything.
group of
They're not a team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So are we seeing that now maybe with India, where if we looked at teams from, we had probably the golden period of Indian cricket in the 2010s, early 2000, late 2000s and the early 2010s when you had the likes of Sachin, Virender Sehwag, and even Rahul Dravid, but they didn't win anything. Unfortunately, Australia were the ones that were destroying everybody in the 2000s. So are we now maybe seeing the time and the dawn of Indian dominance, especially in the T20, but can we also replicate this in the ODIs? Because Australia's ODI team and T20 teams
Yeah, they're
certainly
the yeah.
have fallen down. England seem to be in a bit of a rut, and there's obviously calls for Brendan McCullum to get sacked. The West Indies only won it in 2016 and not have seemed to produce the same T20 quality as before. But then there's always South Africa and New Zealand knocking on the doors. So can India take advantage of this for the next World Cup?
It's gonna be hard because I think we still got a year left. I think year and a half. But if you see, one day cricket is like kind of a test match, right? For one day, because you have to play long innings. T20 is very easy. You come in or bowl 4 overs or just play 10, 20 balls, you've done your job. In one day cricket is all about concentration, is all about your temperament, it's all about how you pace your innings and when to go, when to not go, when to even have a maiden over. In T20 cricket, you can't even think of a maiden over. You have to hit right at the first ball. In one day cricket, it's like pacing your innings. It's more strategic if you see that. But
You
I think
would say that, Rohit, but the
yeah.
evidence and the statistics from the last year or two would probably differ. You've probably seen more totals where the teams have been getting out in ODIs compared to what they were in 10 years ago.
But
If you
that's
just look
because of
recently, Pakistan made 114 from their
oh
50
yeah,
overs,
yeah.
and
But
Bangladesh
that
chased it down.
yeah,
So maybe the temperament and the skill of pacing your innings. I mean, look at England. England had a terrible tour, I think, in the ODIs. I can't remember, was it New Zealand? But they couldn't score, or they couldn't make it to 50 overs. They were getting bowled out in 40 overs or 44 overs.
that's
So
T20
maybe
cricket.
this is
Yeah,
this
I
is the
mean,
thing. This is the influence that we've literally just been talking about. The T20 and the 100 as well, especially. Our score's going to end up just being 300 from 30 overs, and that's it. Chutti hogi, and
well,
then
20 years ago today, there was the highest cricket one day ODI scoring match with South Africa versus Australia. So I don't know if you,
Yeah,
Ajay, you're probably very young. Do you remember that? It was
yeah.
464,
That
I
was the
think,
first time
and
somebody
then
a team scored 400 plus run, and that was not even time of T20.
yeah, yeah. I
You
think
know,
South Africa,
and then South
South
Africa
Africa,
chased it. Yeah,
yeah,
yes,
468. I
yes,
think they got, didn't they?
mm,
Something like that. They won
yeah.
by 4. That was 20
Amazing
years
match,
today. Actually,
amazing.
that was 20
Was it
years.
today?
20 years
Wow,
today.
what an
Yeah, 20
anniversary!
years
Wow.
today.
So guys, we're recording on 12th of March, so that was 20 years ago. Wow, in 2006. Whoa.
I was like, yeah, I think it was 20. Yeah, I'm sure it was. So correct me if I'm wrong, listeners. I mean, the thing, quickly going back to India, I think the good thing about, again, we talked about good leadership and strategy, is that the strategy now, Gautam said, was that they're going to be playing 51 ODI games between now and the start of the next World Cup.
Who is it?
That's what
Okay,
he
51.
said. So
Wow.
again, I may have got that
that's
wrong. So
enough
please correct me,
games.
listeners. But again, so they were quite top heavy on the T20. So they were preparing the team, getting the combination right for this, and that proved successful. So let's hope that this strategy for the 50 over format, has a similar result. So at the end of the day, they're doing the right things, and I think they said, again, I may be wrong, that they're going to try and reduce the games that Jasprit Bumrah plays in the 20 over format. So they're going to, utilize him more in the 50 over. So that's the
Yeah,
strategy that they're doing this time around.
they have
So
to.
again,
Yeah.
yeah, we did. So I think he was missing from the Champions Trophy, wasn't he? Was he?
Yeah, I
Do you
think he was
remember?
missing. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
I
I don't
think he
think
Yeah,
he
was
was
I
part
missing.
of
think
the
it was
Champions
injured, or
Trophy.
yeah, he didn't get
So
selected.
Yeah.
Ajay, remember we did a shot on what can happen after Bumrah. We still won the Champions Trophy without
Yourself.
Bumrah.
But that just goes to show you the amount of strength that India has, rather if it's batting or if it's bowling as well. They're very strong side. So again, if the likes of Jasprit Bumrah can make it to 2027,
I think we
it's,
definitely
it's
need
got to
him in
it's got
South
to it's got
Africa.
to be a shoe in.
Yeah, we definitely
Yeah,
need him
especially
though.
on
Yeah,
that pitches we need him. Yeah.
South Africa.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
mean, it gives time for strategy. But I think Gautam, and we've said it many times. He's had so much against him, but white ball format of the game, you can't argue with what he's done. Okay,
Mm.
again, he's another feather in his cap. And again, I think Rohit and I touched on this on one of our podcasts that, as touch wood, so far he's never lost a final as a player, mentor, or coach. So long may
Yeah,
that continue.
long may that continue. And I think more than anything, I think obviously if you look at India, the players and the philosophy now has just come into fruition, where it's a case of fearless batting, going from the get go, a deep batting lineup, and obviously the bowlers executing very good line and length. I think Arshdeep has been a fantastic T20 bowler. The likes of Varun Chakravarti in his day, he can bowl absolutely fantastic. And we've still got Kuldeep Yadav, we've got, Mohammad Siraj, Harshit Rana, and, obviously with the big Jassi Bhai. So
Yeah,
it does look good. But again, like we, where's the next Jassi coming? That's going to be the
we
key the key one.
Ajay and Amit, we have a hopefully bowler coming in from Jammu and Kashmir, Akib. I think he's fast as well, so he's been
Mm.
playing very well. And Jammu Kashmir won the Ranji
They
Trophy
won
as
the
well.
Ranji Trophy, yeah, they did
So, and then
by a
this is
big
what I'm
margin as
hoping.
well.
Yeah, big margin. So hopefully, I'm seeing we will see him soon in IPL and soon in India's jersey.
And our friend Suryavanshi, obviously, I know he's not a bowler, but
Oh
he's a
yeah,
batsman. So
imagine he
Oh,
could make into to the T20 at
hopefully
least
next
first.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, again, even if he's a squad player, to give him that experience, you just don't know, do
yeah.
you? So it's
definitely.
touch wood. It's exciting times for Indian cricket, but again, what I'll always say is that we've just got to see it over the line. That's the most important thing. No one remembers a bridesmaid. We've just got to see it through. Got to see it through,
that
and
was that was
let's try
that
and.
was a harsh dig on New Zealand there, Amit. Yeah,
I
but
feel
no,
for New Zealand sometime. I do feel for New Zealand
I
sometime.
know you do feel. I mean, they're
Yeah,
such a nice,
such
they're
a
a nice
nice, yeah,
nation,
nice
Well,
good
nation.
look at the
Yeah,
people, nice
size, but
team.
yeah,
regardless of that, though, again, they're a bit like Germany as well. They consistently get to the semi-finals and finals. Obviously, they won the first the World Test Championship, didn't they? They won the first one, didn't they, against India. So they have won something. They've not just won the white ball, and they're very unlucky in the 2019 World Cup.
yeah,
Against
Very
England.
unlucky. They should have won it.
The probability of someone throwing the ball, hitting a bat, and going for a boundary. What's the probability of that? You understand? It's just you could try that all day long, and you'll never get that same result ever again. So it's
Isn't
just
Ben Stokes half Kiwi anyway? Isn't he
he
like
is.
he
he was
is
He's
born?
he's
yeah.
Kiwi. He was born in
He's
yeah,
Kiwi.
he
He's
was
born in.
Yeah, the
New
internal
Zealand. So
confliction he must have faced there. But anyway, we look forward to the next World Cup. But guys, it's been fantastic to kind of really, get into the, mindset of the Indian coaches and work out, how India have managed to propel themselves into such a powerhouse of the T20 game. And now can we see that into the ODI format as well? And hopefully the test format as well, because that's where the proper cricket is. So let's see. But guys, it's been fantastic. If you have any comments about Gautam Gambhir, India's mentality, the T20 World Cup, any other cricket in related topics, please do drop a message and comment, like, and subscribe first and foremost. So it's been a pleasure. I think we've all kind of recovered from that final last Sunday, and yeah, let's get ready for the next competition. And like I said, the IPL hats are going to be coming out, guys. Who are we going for? I mean, I'm a straight up Punjab Kings fan.
I'm a Punjab
same
as
here.
well.
Yeah,
No need to ask. No need
yeah.
to ask.
Come on,
Unfortunately, we're gonna
Shira.
be
A
as
Sarpanch
always. We're gonna
Saab.
be
Sarpanch
three
Saab
three.
Shreyas.
Well, it's not been good for Punjab, has it? I mean, they're pretty decent last year. So
They're
Yeah,
the
we
let's
went
see.
to
Are we
bridesmaid
going to
last
finals.
year.
see
Yeah, yeah.
three,
Yeah.
three happy Punjabis or three sad Punjabis? Let's see.
We will figure it
We
out.
all we all know Amit's going to be supporting Chennai Super Kings. That's where his heart is.
No. Well, because of MSD. Oh my, he's a good. My second team, man. Oh,
and probably Deepika Padukone as well from Chennai Express. He loves that. But yeah, we will catch you on the next episode, guys. But take care. And yeah, like I said, if you do want to get in contact, please do drop us a message and subscribe. Thank you.